President Obama selected Timothy Geithner as his Treasury Secretary, the principal economic advisor to the president and the chief of the Treasury Department. This department is responsible for managing banks, supervising government accounts, producing currency, and investigating and prosecuting tax evaders, like Timothy Geithner. Shortly before his official appointment, news broke of Geithner's failure to pay $34,000 in taxes between 2001 and 2003. Timothy came clean in front of the Senate Finance Committee, but was never prosecuted for tax evasion. His past work experience includes a 3-year stint at Kissinger & Associates, a secretive international consulting firm for the most powerful companies in the world. Why is this significant? Well, Kissinger & Associates was founded by Henry Kissinger, former Secretary of State to both Presidents Nixon and Ford. Many consider Kissinger a war criminal for his oversight of illegal bombings in Laos and Cambodia during the Vietnam War that killed hundreds of thousands of innocent people. Today, Kissinger chairs the International Advisory Board for AIG, the insurance giant that Geithner helped rescue with $150 billion in taxpayer dollars. Should we be concerned about the influence his former boss may have on Geithner's decisions as Treasury Secretary? Geithner is also former CEO of the New York Federal Reserve Bank. The Reserve Bank of New York is one of 12 banks that make up the Federal Reserve. The Federal Reserve is no more federal than Federal Express. It's a private institution that operates without oversight, yet manages the government's financing operations. This is significant because Geithner derives his banking experience from a system accustomed to secrecy and non-accountability. But don't take it from us. Here's Alan Greenspan, former chairman of the Federal Reserve.
What is the proper relationship, what should be the proper relationship between a chairman of the Fed and a president of the United States?
Well, first of all, the Federal Reserve is an independent agency, and that means basically that there is no other agency of government which can overrule actions that we take. So long as that is in place and there is no evidence that the administration or the Congress or anybody else is requesting that we do things other than what we think is the appropriate thing, then what the relationships are don't frankly matter.
For 2 years, Geithner worked as director of the International Monetary Fund, or the IMF. The IMF is an organization of 185 countries that lends money to struggling nations and acts as a watchdog over the global financial market. Despite its stated purpose, the IMF has been heavily criticized for its support of military dictatorships around the world and for catering to Wall Street interests. The leading argument against the IMF's economic policies is that they actually keep developing countries in debt rather than alleviating it. By loaning cash out at a very high interest, it forces poor countries to cut basic services for its people. The IMF has been blamed for crippling the economies of Russia, Jamaica, Haiti, and many other developing nations. The recent stimulus bill and corporate bailouts have just helped raise the national debt to $11.3 trillion, its highest ever. With the economy being such a major concern for every American right now, Geithner should feel the pressure to perform as Treasury Secretary. But given his past work experience, he'll have to do a total 180 to prove that he's beholden to the American people and not Wall Street. With a minor miracle, he'll do just that and remember to pay his taxes.